What's some unique challenges here against Indiana on Saturday night?
Yeah, it's Big Ten play, which we're excited about. First game in the Big Ten, and it's always a challenge. It's good football. It's well-coached teams that don't beat themselves. What's exciting about this matchup is because we're playing an opponent that values the football and time of possession. And so what we got to do is a good job of executing the call, and playing to our fundamentals and playing the way we know how to play, tough, smart, dependable. But another great opportunity for us to play week 4, stack weeks, stack days in practice this week, and just get better from week 3 to week 4. That's what's important for us this week.
Coach Bielema called James Thompson your best defensive lineman on Monday at the press conference. So what have you seen as far as how he's been playing and his consistency, play to play? So.
Yeah, James is at his best when he's helping others. He's at his best, of course. As a player and as a talent. But he's at his best when he's thinking about the team, when he's putting the team first. And so, what makes him our best player? That's one of the things that comes. That's the thing that comes when you're coming in the door. Put the team first. When you're going out the door, you put the team first. James is a guy that's consistent with his routine. And so he takes care of his body from a physical standpoint, hydration standpoint, what he puts in his body in terms of nutrition, and then also in the weight room, how he trains himself. And so when you got a guy that's available, that's ready and ready to go, then that's putting the team first. And so we love where he's at and his consistency moving forward.
You feel like a few games in with your group, you feel like you have a better understanding of how to implement all the new guys you have in your room now that you've got a few games under your belt with this group?
It's important to get guys involved. We're a developmental program, and so just in terms of training guys, getting them reps, and because practice has become game day reality. So we can get guys ready to go for game day. More guys are available and fresh, and our intent is to play those guys that we trust.
What's going well with the defense? What are you guys doing, most right, I guess? What's the things that look good at almost every day?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think right now we're practicing hard. We're practicing hard and we're playing together. And so when Coach Henry makes a call, the guys are executing that call. And so it's important for us to minimize the mental errors or DBOs, not beat ourselves.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing well right now.
Is there an area of concern still at 3 games in, or not? Or is it probably everything always out right?
Well, that's a great question for a coach. I mean, there's always something that we want to work on to get better at. But what's most important for us to get better week 4 than better than week 3.
You rotating a lot of guys in there. And is this the most depth you've had here at Illinois, do you think, on the D-line? And is it particularly important this time of year when the weather is kind of a challenge for you guys? So.
It's been. I would say it's the same amount of guys that we've had in the D-line room. My intent this year is to play more guys. We have more older guys. I think that answers your question. And so guys that have had more playing experience. We had 7 newcomers of the 7-5 transferred from schools where they played a lot of football. And so we're bringing in guys that have played a lot of football, plus the guys we retained that played some snaps in the season this past year. And so more guys that have college-ready experience, that are practicing the right way, training their body the right way. And so when those guys are ready and available, we want to get them in a game and get them in a position where they can have success. But also we're planning for week 4 and beyond. And so this season could be long in a good way. And so we want to make sure guys are ready and available.
This might be a repeat, but Angelo will pick up a co-MVP honors from last week. What did he just do well?
Angelo, I mean, it could have been a couple of multiple guys last week. The defense did a tremendous job. Coach Henry called a great game. Everybody flew around to the ball. Guys are playing physical, playing the way that we want them to play. Love the way Jello competed. Really his growth over this time that he's been with us and the family. And just tough, smart, dependable. That's really what it comes down to him. His growth from week 2 to week 3 was to eliminate the mental errors. And so for him, he played a clean game, played with his eyes, hands, and feet, and just did his job. And so that's what we're planning for this week. Just for all of our guys, just to stack days, stack weeks. And that's the objective this week.
You mentioned his development. Just like what growth have you seen? Like what stands out the most about the difference from him this time last year to now?
Yeah, one of the goals that I gave Jello, that we gave Jello, is to take more notes, right? Ask more questions in the meeting room, even the seating chart, I've always had him in a position where he sat next to an older guy, where this time I put him next to no one, right? Just so he couldn't lean and depend on anybody else. I wanted him to take that step further. And so the growth that I've seen from Jello, he's taken that step. He's taken more notes. He asks more questions, and also it translates to the field. And we're seeing that production from him. We're seeing that growth from him on and off the field. It's been awesome to see.
It seems like you rotate the most there at nose. Just what do you like about just that group where you're just going to maybe run a new guy out there every third play?
You notice that a little bit?
It stands out.
Yeah. No. Well, it speaks to that position. That's one of the most important parts of our defense. It's in the center of our defense. And so, right at the heart, you got to have guys you trust and depend that are tough, smart, and dependable. Because it's not a position that you're going to make a lot of plays. It's a position that you got to be selfless. You got to be selfless, and so that just speaks to all of those guys that get that chance to rotate in that position. You've seen James in that position. It just speaks to how we feel about them, how much we believe in them as coaches, and so I'm excited about what they bring to the table and also what they're going to do moving forward.
There's a couple of guys that did get to play with TR last year. Have you seen maybe the baton passed down from that spot since your time here? Just guys kind of spread the importance of what that role is to the next in line.
Yeah, so it's important. I always say this: it's important to leave your jersey in a better place. And so the guys that were before Gentle Hunt, the guys that were before Angelo McCullum, Kurt Neal before he came here, right? James played some nose a little bit, but your T-Rod Edwards, right? Your Denzel Daxon, Calvin Avery, Rob Perry, those guys, each one of them brought a different element to their game, and I love showing their examples on how we play that position, because the guys that we have now, they're able to take some of those examples and apply it to how they play. And so hopefully this continues forever. It continues forever, and it's not about the individual person. I'm mentioning names, but it's not about the individual person. It's about the habits, the tough, smart, dependable element of it, and how they hone that into their position. And that needs to live on. When our guys are graduated 10 years, 20 years down the line, I want them to look back at the University of Illinois D-line and see those guys playing with their eyes, hands, and feet, playing with low pad level, playing with extension, knocking back and squeezing, and making plays by doing their job. That's my hope for. That's what this program deserves. This Illini football family deserves. We want to constantly put good product on the field at the defensive line position, way beyond me. You know what I mean? So it's not about us right now. It's not about me. It's about this program. It's been exciting to see.
Do you have to look for a certain, when you're recruiting into a two-gap scheme, do you have to look for a certain profile on the recruiting trail, or is it more about developing them once they get here?
So out of high school, really looking for those intangibles. I know it's a word that's used, but looking for guys that can transition speed to power, power to speed. Guys that can bend, change direction, plays through people and not necessarily avoids people all the time. There's time and place to avoid contact. We want creators of contact. But the biggest thing from an athletic standpoint is to go from a speed movement and transition to a power, or move from a power movement and transition to a speed. And so that's key, especially for a big body guy. A big body guy to be able to do that, that's impressive. And also playing multiple positions at the high school level, offense, defense, tight end. That tells me your coach trusts you. At the high school level, you're playing, you're never leaving the field. And so that's important to see that from young guys in the evaluation process.
I want to ask you about the defensive substitution, because it's something that people notice. Is that you guys take maximum advantage of the defensive substitution rule to your great benefit. Does a lot of planning go into that? Does it get complicated on game day?
Well, that's what makes Coach B. It's a lot of things that makes Coach B special, right? But he knows the rules. He knows everything about the rules. He has relationships with the right people, and the most important thing is that he knows the rules and he teaches us as coaches, right? Because he's teaching his staff to be better. He's teaching me to become a future head coach if that opportunity becomes down the line. Right now, I'm focusing on right now, but right now, how that pertains to the defensive line is it's the way that we manage the game on the defensive line, and part of that is substitution and taking advantage of the rules from a substitution standpoint. But also, more important, it comes down to player safety, right? To make sure our guys are fresh and healthy and ready to go.
What does the depth do at that position?